Alright, ready?
My phone's
Yes.
down here.
Shots, girl. Big one.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a New Year's Eve makeover and I'm just gonna do a voiceover and talk you through it. I'm starting by spraying her face with some rose water for hydration, and I'm using the Supergoop Smooth and Poreless primer on her face. I'm gonna set all of that in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, especially in her T-zone because that's where she gets very oily and it's gonna be a very busy night for her. Moving on to the brows. After brushing it, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pencil and just a regular old dark brown brow pomade. This one is from Ardell Professionals. And for her concealer around her brows, I'm going to be using Juvia's Place in the shade number 13, the Juvia's Place concealers. For her eyeshadow, I'm going with the Afrique palette by Juvia's Place, and in her crease, I'm using the shade Kissy to just blend that into her crease. And she wants a pretty dark, smoky, dramatic look for tonight, so I just use a regular black pomade in her outer corner of her eyelid, and I'm blending that out. And then I'm using the shade Cotonou after the black, and then in her inner corner I'm using the shade Angelique. Cotonou and Angelique are both from the Afrique palette by Juvia's Place. I'm just blending all of that in to make sure there's a smooth transition between the three colors. Now I'm gonna use the shade Kahina from the Warrior 3 Juvia's Place palette on her cheeks to create a rosy kind of pink look, but not too bright under her foundation, sorry. And for her foundation, she already has pretty smooth skin. I'm using the Tarte Amazon Clay Foundation in the shade Deep Sand, and I'm mixing in some of the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 13 on her face, and then I'm just gonna blend that out, make sure that she has a smooth base. I mean, her skin, you can already see her skin is already pretty flawless, so I'm making sure not to cake that on so it doesn't, cause her any problems after. And this is my second time working with her. I don't know if I've already told you guys that. And, I got her permission, obviously, to record it. We are in a mutual group on Facebook, and she had come up a couple of months ago, like, oh, she has an event to go to with her husband, and is there anybody that can do her makeup? I'm like, well, I'm not a professional, ma'am, but I do decent makeup, and I gave my friend Mariah as a reference because I had done Mariah's makeup a couple of times, like for her baby shower and her maternity shoot. For her concealer, I'm still using the Juvia's Place number 13 concealer under her eyes. And while that sets, I'm going to be putting on her eyelashes, which I just got from, the store, the department store. Now I'm blending that out and, making sure it's not too light of a concealer on her. So her base is still, like her skin, just with foundation. Yeah, so I gave Mariah as a reference, and Mariah was like, yeah, she did my makeup and it was beautiful. I'm setting her concealer in with Hard Candy translucent loose powder. And this doesn't have a shade number, sorry. And with my powder brush, I'm just gently wiping away the excess powder so she doesn't have loose powder sitting on her face. And she takes another shot. We took a shot before, she took one during, and then we took one after. Now there's a mirror in front of her, so she is seeing exactly what I'm doing. She's making sure everything looks exactly the way she wants it to look. Right now, I'm just, making sure I'm just going over her eyeshadow colors again to make sure that they really stand out, make sure that there was nothing lost in transition while I was putting, the powder or the foundation or none of that, making sure just everything is the way it's supposed to be. And oh, her baby comes in. That's cute. We had a really good time, doing this. This took me about an hour, everything. Right now, I'm going in with a press powder. It's a little darker shade to kind of create a contour for her, as well as I'm using an eyeshadow from the Afrique by Juvia's Place. I'm using the shade Cameroon. It's like a brown, like a golden brown color. I'm using that to kind of contour her face because I didn't bring an actual contour. And now I'm highlighting with the Wet n Wild illuminating palette. For her lips, I use a MAC brown lip pencil, and I also used, sorry for the noise, I also used Kat Von D matte lipstick in this shade Exorcism, which is like a dark red kind of color. And this was something new for her. She's usually the, nude type of girl. So this was very out of her comfort zone, but she looked absolutely amazing. And lastly, I set all of her face with the Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer. And there is the final look. I think I did a really good job with it. Let me know in the comment section if there's any improvements that you would suggest or how I did. Just rate me from like 1 to 10. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.
Doing a little Snapchat
Yeah, let's use your
video.
camera. Mine is not.
Oh my god. Alright, it's a whole video. Cheers. Oh, I have my mask on. Okay, one more time. Cheers. That's a big shot glass. And that's what I took the first time. I was like, oh my god, that's a lot. That's a lot of drink.